Hi, author and space scientist Stephanie Osborne here. Please join me for my new show. The Osborne Cosmic Weather Report is a 5-minute weekly segment that informs listeners about solar and space weather activity, such as sunspots, flares, auroras, comets, meteor showers, as well as space news, historical space anniversaries, and more. For specific air times, check the schedule on your favorite radio station.
Hello, my name
Alright, folks, that was a great song. That is by Chuck Cooley. I hope I'm saying it right. Chuck Cooley there. But as I sit here and I get ready for my show, no, get back over here. I see ads for SeaWorld, ads for bed bugs, ads for what is this, a Six Flags park, ads for weed killers. What do I need these ads for? They have nothing to do with my show. What do you mean? No, take these ads and get them out of here. Get them out of here, and you get yourself out of here. For God's sake, where are these interns coming from? Where are these people coming from that I am sent to help with my show? No, get the ads out of here. We don't do anything with those ads. Well, the SeaWorld ad looks nice. Get them out of here. I ain't plugging for nothing. Get them out of here. This week's been very good, folks. It was my daughter's birthday this week. Filled myself up with cake so much I probably now have diabetes. It was also, this month has also been the last day of school for a lot of us parents. And if you're a parent, you know how I feel right now. It's going to be a long summer, folks. A very long summer. A good long summer, but a long summer nevertheless. Things have settled down in the news. Donald Trump and Hillary and all this political jargon that I keep saying I refuse to speak about it, but it keeps popping up. Other things, our phone number. I would appreciate it if somebody out there is listening to my voice that actually cares about this show in some way, form, or matter, would help me get so that we can have a phone number that actually works. A phone number that is actually something that is worthwhile, folks. That is worth something, that knows something, that can work, that you can call, that you can do, that you can have, that you can, whatever you want to call it, folks. I don't know what it's called. We have advertisements here that I got to play a little later. I'm not happy about some of these advertisements. I wish that we could do better, and I wish that we could have better, and I wish that I actually can pick and choose what ads I want to do. And the Osborne Report is wonderful. Renee's angelic readings and stuff is wonderful. It's these public publicity ads that are played that I don't like. All sorts of stuff like PETA. I mean, it's not the ad. The ad is about animal abuse. Animal abuse is terrible. Animal abuse should not be put up with. Animal abuse should not be tolerated. But it's just the way they do the ad. They make it sound like every human being is wrong. Every human being on this earth that owns a pet has done something wrong, and they haven't. I know a lot of good pet owners. I know a lot of good pets. I know a lot of pets that you would consider to be bad when they're out in public and they're not. You know, having a dog, walking a dog in public is kind of like taking your kid to the store. People might think your kid is just plain horrible, but it's just the most horriblest. And as I move around in my seat, you can probably hear it, folks. God, this seat's wonderful, but it's made out of leather. And I wipe it down every time I sit in it for the show. So it's kind of like sitting in a new seat every week, so I feel better about it. And it's just making these weird noises all the way around. So right now, you go up on my website, www.thewaveshow.com. We have some stuff up there for you. We have some things that are going on. We have some new whatever to do, dandy, whatever it is, up there. I stress, a lot of times that if you go up there, make sure you read what is going on in the news. Follow our stories. There's an advertising section up there. There's things about where I'm going to be, if I'm going to be somewhere where you may be able to stop in the Diversity Broadcasting Network and see our table or our show or what's going on with the things I'm involved in. There's some stories up there about the dinosaurs and the recreation of the prehistoric animals. I discussed it last week on last week's program. I discussed a lot of stuff last week that people just don't care about. I got an email. I got some other emails. You can email us through the website. Tell me what's going on. We are going to start having a guest, about 2 guests a month on the program. And I believe we're up here on TuneIn Radio. We're up on the iTunes a little bit, I believe, now. My YouTube has this show on it, and all of my other shows, and all of my shows are archived on the website. The ones that I can publicly archive, or I have taken bits and pieces out of it that are extremely copyrighted. The music on this program is brought to you by independent artists and supported by www.diversitybroadcastingnetwork.com. That's a little disclaimer that we have to have. And if you're a musician, let's stop right there before we get into the heavy stuff here. If you're a musician or an artist and you would like to have your music or your singing heard, this is a great way to get it out there, folks. Every week we pick a independent artist. I try never to do repeats. Sometimes I'll have a song that's like the one you just heard, that's an intro, or one that, like last week, that I really enjoy. I really enjoyed Cooley's music this week. Last week, the artist I really enjoy. And I may have them for my intros later on as well, because they do such a great job. I love the music. I love coming in with something hardcore ready to go. Get your mind ready for me, because God knows what I'm going to do here. God knows what's going to happen. I don't even know what's going to happen in the show. I really don't. I try my very best to put stuff out there. We've made some changes to the website. We've made some changes to the show, in fact. The number is something that I'm trying to get out there for you, trying to get something out there and for you to enjoy. is something that we're trying to work on. It's very, very hard, very simple. It's something very methodical here. I don't know what the word for it is, but it's something great. Anyways, a little getting sidetracked here, trying to read our program for tonight. Without the phone, I was going to come in and advertise our phone, and the company that we have it with is just giving me an ass ache. It's an absolute ass ache. It's probably worse than being analyzed with a cucumber on St. Patrick's Day. It is. But anyway, I wouldn't know what that feels like. But I've been told by a lot of our listeners that it's not very good. As I sit here, I'm also playing with my daughter's birthday glasses here. I have no idea how little kids are able to do anything with these little birthday glasses. There's something you get with the birthday party favors that we had for her. Her birthday went great. I'm very proud of my daughter. She is now 8 years old, and it is something that's wonderful. We've had her come up here and play the flute, I think, a few shows back, which we might do again. I might have her play some music. She took flute. It's called a recorder, but it's more like a flute. Old-fashioned type medieval type Renaissance era flute like you see at the Renaissance Festival. Well, anyway, she took it during her school year, which I thought was something absolutely wonderful. Something new, and as part of the school curriculum to do music, which I think it's all right. I don't know. I'd rather her playing drums or guitar, but that's okay. Mom's not in agreement to that, and as you all know as parents, and in my situation, Mom has to agree or things just don't get done. So, I have tried my best to get myself in something and involved in something. As you can hear in the background, maybe I am flipping through some paperwork here. I'm looking at our schedule because I have made a schedule of advertisements. I have made a schedule of music. I have made a schedule of when I'm supposed to do something, and I think I've already messed it up because I was supposed to play 2 songs on the intro. A beautiful song, and then the rock beat song, and then me. And instead, I accidentally played the advertisements first, and then went in with the intro song, which is nothing. I don't mind doing that. Get those advertisements out of here, and I can have longer to talk. But it doesn't work that way. Some of the stuff is set by the broadcasting company here that I have to do. And as I do that, and as I take a drink of water, I begin to cough more, as you can hear me. But anyways, it's set by the broadcast company, and I have to do it. I have to play the songs. The songs aren't bad. The advertisements ain't bad. It's just a little schedule they give me that I got to do. I got to do 2 of this and 2 of advertisements here and 3 of this and 4, and I don't like doing that. And I like making my own schedule with what I want to talk about, the news and everything that's going on. Everything that's happening, I want to be in control of. And we're trying to better things around here. And Diversity Broadcasting Network is trying to better things. So who do they go after? They go after the most shock jock talk guy they have. In fact, I think I'm the only person that does a talk show. It's not paranormal related. I have my own studio in my own home with my own equipment, and live right here, you're hearing it. Stuff. Now, some stuff is pre-recorded, like advertisements. Some of the news I plop in there real quick while I sit back and let that play, because I can do the news as it happens better than I can live right now and then read something that happened last week. I'd rather read it just as it happens and then plop it in here and put together a social type feed. But that's how we do the show. Everybody does their show different. Let's Talk Ghost this week. I did some interesting topics on there. I wanted to put that out. Let's Talk Ghost is another show on here. Renee's show is great. The Osborne thing is one. I wish you would do just a full half-hour show. I don't know what the lady's full name is, but it's the Osborne Cosmic Report, whatever it's called. I wish you would do a full 30 minutes or an hour show. I absolutely learn a lot from her. And I've actually started looking up the stuff she talks about, and it's just absolutely wonderful. I don't know if she comes on before my show or after my show, or maybe she comes on as an advertisement or something. It's like a 10-minute, 15-minute jig out there, and it's just absolutely wonderful. I think it should be a full show and a full segment. And just to put it out there, if she's listening to me right now, or Renee's listening to me right now, or somebody actually is listening to my voice right now, I would be more than willing to help them, because I want to get back in. I used to do a paranormal show. We used to have it up on iVlog, which this show is right now on iVlog. There's people right now in the chat room. I'm just not paying attention to them. They're being pissed off because I'm not paying attention to them, but that's their problem. That's all of your problem. You hear me, everybody that sees me and hears me? Do the show live right there on iVlog TV. But anyways, I used to do a paranormal show back in the day. I think it was on Blog TV or Blog Radio or one of those things. I forget. I even forgot all these years. And when I went to Renee, I said, here's a choice. I can take my show to your network. My talk show, my news, my you-know-what programming show I have. And I can bring you millions of people of an audience. Absolutely millions of people of an audience. I can bring over to you things that you need and you want and make it so that your network is the greatest ever. She's like, yes, Wade, I need to have that. I need you. I want you. Kind of scared me because of the way she wanted me. But anyways, we won't go into that. Maybe I wanted her that way. I'm not sure. But anyways. And I said I could do it. So I came over on a mouth-to-mouth handshake, good pat on the back, whatever they want to call it, contract, deal. Whatever it is, I'm not going to get into it, but it's a deal. She puts up with me, I put up with what she wants. We put out good entertainment, and Diversity Broadcasting Network is benefiting. Okay? So, I came to her and said, what about a paranormal show? And I haven't heard word from her. What about a paranormal show? And she kind of politely told me, stay with this. This is great. But I miss it. I absolutely miss doing it. I miss showing people information. I miss doing the paranormal, the weird, the supernatural stuff. I put that every now and then in there. But I miss doing it. I missed it for a long time. I planned this show for a long time. In fact, I came over from another network who just basically discouraged me, told me where to go, and I came over to Renee and said, here I am, like I just told you the story. And I'm here to stay for you, the listening audience. I'm here for you. If you're listening to me on YouTube, I'm here for you too. If you're listening to me on my website, I'm here for you here too. If you're listening to me on iVlog, I'm here too. If you're listening to me to the other network that also airs us through the radio, whatever networks it is that we deal with, I'm here for you as well. And Diversity Broadcasting Network, I'm here for you as well. The audience I'm here for. I'm just not liking what the rules are. I'm not liking the expansion process that I have to do. Every now and then, getting a phone call saying, Wade, you messed up, you did this, your big mouth calls me this. Well, I'm sorry. Forgive me, next week it won't happen. They know that next week it probably will happen, because that's what kind of show I have here. That's what the kind of show I do. the kind of show that I've always done, the kind of show I've always had, the kind of show I've always dealt with. And it's always been that way. It's been that way for eons and eons and eons and eons. There's nothing worse than Wade doing his show the way Wade wants to do. And you have to put up with the backlash. But that's not that's here, now, there, or over in the corner. So, this week we have news about dinosaurs. And the dinosaurs, I started by reading a National Geographic article about extinct animals coming back to life. And started with me doing research on the black rhino. As I said, the black rhino is something that I liked as a child, the rhinoceros, the animal. There's some other extinct animals that have gone extinct since 2010 that I think is kind of a tragedy. So I started looking up this stuff and I got interested. Popular Science says the real Jurassic World scientists say could bring back dinosaurs as pets. Paleontologist Jack Horner, inspiration and advisor for Jurassic Park, speaks. Now, this has been something that's been going on in Popular Science. The website I got the news here, I got some other articles. Go along with it. And the fact is, I got on it because I like this stuff. I liked dinosaurs as a child, and I said, well, what about it? What about these things could happen? And this is what they're saying. They're saying by 2017, by 2020, see, the years keep kind of jumping, but nothing's gone past 2020. And back in 2012, they said they're working on some species bringing back, like the Tasmanian tiger, the thylacine, and the mammoth. Well, the mammoth has actually been proven it can, but they've had some complications getting the fetus, if you will, to actually be like a mammoth. Well, now they say they can do more. In Popular Science, a dinosaur, beaked dinosaur embryo was made. Well, I don't know. Something came up on YouTube about something like this that is just like the Triceratops video of an actual science having a and it's not that Jurassic Park video they're talking about. This was actually like in the warehouse. They claimed that it was a Triceratops who was sick. It shows something like a big open space, like the back of a zoo or something. Dark room. With an animal laying there. It looks like a cross between maybe some kind of lizard-like animal and like the skin like an elephant. It's really weird. And it was bleeding from its mouth. It kept roaring and stuff, and they had it chained around the neck. Well, now they're saying that this creature died. And now they're saying another creature's been made. Now, this talks about the guy, the paleontologist, and Harvard and Yale, and a forensics department, basically. So, in a nutshell here, since we're going on a tangent about this guy here, the paleontologist, paleontologist here, Jack Horner. He was the inspiration for Jurassic Park. He's made other series. Is in favor of this. And it's transforming back into the dinosaur-like mouth, it goes on to say about this animal. Will we see something like Jurassic Park ever? And he goes on to say it may not be like Jurassic Park, but there's now reason to doubt. Hundreds and thousands of years been breeding animals. We started with wolves and we ended up with chinchillas. We don't need to put them in the park of any kind. We have them in our houses. Okay. He goes on to say that this park idea, may not people have modified cows, horses, cats, dogs, lizards, he mentions genetically modified dinosaurs. He said it's more plausible than bringing back the dinosaur species from the historic past, and that we basically get caught up with science over it. It's something very nice. Now, the other article is from National Geographic, talking about species that are here already that are dinosaurs, like birds. There's some lizards on this thing. And we see mentalfloss.com has some other things about this done. Now, this just comes out this week here. This came out, this subject of me on this dinosaur thing. I've been trying to get away from politics as far as I can get away from it. As far as I can. And as far as I can get away from politics is dinosaurs, probably. So I decided to start looking up stuff. Now, an article by Brian Swidtek, hope I said his last name right, on mental floss. Talks about it. Talks about this article talks about Mary Schweitzer and colleagues extracted some tissue from a Cretaceous dinosaur, Tyrannosaurus rex, and the Hadrosaur, Brachiosaurus. I don't know what that's saying, whatever. This claims that can be controversial and cannot be discontinued. Schweitzer had built a starting argument. In exceptional cases, fragment of original dinosaur protein may have survived, but it's not what we need to clone a dinosaur. The starting part of the dinosaur reservation exercise is DNA. Unfortunately for paleos, nerds such as herself, she's saying this herself. DNA is relatively short half-life. And there may be no virtually existence of the stuff, but they found it. It goes on to say that by bucking bones and recently extract aviation dinosaurs. Old bones of giant flightless birds called moa and once strolled over New Zealand. The genesis calculated DNA is half the life of 521 years. That's longer than researchers have expected. Now, if you've ever looked at this bird of Noah, it basically looks like a giant emu crossed with maybe a ostrich or a pheasant. Quail maybe is the better word for it. It's a giant, huge bird, and it's basically in the ostrich emu family. Apparently what they did is took DNA from this bird and actually got it so it's structurally safe to do something with. Well, my theory is, what are you going to do with it? How are you going to get it to become that animal again if there's no animal put it in? In other words, if you have a cow species, you can always put DNA into a cow and make another cow species. The mammoth can have DNA put into the Asian elephant, or one of the two species of Asian elephant. There's actually two species of the Asian elephant, and they're grafted by their scientific name, the pachydermus something. Anyways, you would then put the DNA with that, and then you'd get a mammoth. Well, we don't have a bird to do that. We don't have any bird. We could do it in an emu, but it might mess up the emu. And that's what it goes on to say for the coexisting formulas for this stuff. So I got off on this sidetrack of looking up stuff on dinosaurs, and I actually have a better thing about it on my website. About dinosaurs. I got off this political stuff and went to dinosaurs. Now, we're coming up on another break here. So when we come back, I'll probably go to a different subject now because I'm kind of done with this subject. But that's what I've been on. I got off the political track and I got into a scientific mind, and I just boarded myself with stuff, and here I am bragging and talking about it to you. Maybe you'd like to hear politics. Maybe you would. Maybe that's what you want to hear me blab about. But I got some emails asking me to shut up about it. They're tired of it. They don't want to hear about Donald Trump anymore. They don't want to hear my stuff. Rush Limbaugh talks about that stuff. One of these emails actually said, let's read this real quick before the break. Rush Limbaugh talks about this stuff. Why the hell, and hell is in big words, and the rest of this is big capital big words. Why the hell are you speaking about this and doing what he does? I'm not doing what he does. Relax. Relax, buddy. I'm not going to say who sent me the email, but everybody probably knows who it is. Relax. I'm not talking about it. Relax. I'm not doing it. Relax. I'm not him. But I do like Rush Limbaugh. I like his programming. He does a very good job. And with that, we're going to go on a break. We'll be right back right after this.
Hi, author and space scientist Stephanie Osborne here. Please join me for my new show. The Osborne Cosmic Weather Report is a 5-minute weekly segment that informs listeners about solar and space weather activity, such as sunspots, flares, auroras, comets, meteor showers, as well as space news, historical space anniversaries, and more. For specific air times, check the schedule on your favorite radio station.
Hello, my name is Renee, and I'm the owner of Angelic Comfort. I'm a psychic medium, intuitive empath, Reiki master, ordained minister, spiritual counselor, and a spiritual guide. Angelic Comfort offers angel readings, spiritual counseling and guidance sessions, spirit communication, energy work workshops, and even private gallery events. We have an on-site shop that, once purchased, each item is individually infused with Reiki energy to help you with any energy work that you may need. Also, we have many posts and blogs on the site that help you to become enlightened a little bit more, or even to help you in a time of need. So please stop by Angelic Comfort today at www.angelic-comfort.com.
Pretending to
That song is powerful, isn't it? Powerful, folks. We're back. I'm reading this email asking about this Horner paleontologist. He's the one from Jurassic Park. Yes, I said that. I said it. I said he was in Jurassic Park. He wasn't in there, but he helped with the movie. He helped with the movie Jurassic Park. That's right, he did. And enough with this dinosaur statement now. That's pissed me off. I got up to get a cup of coffee, and I don't know, it just doesn't taste right. I don't know what it is. Maybe I didn't wash out the cup right or something. Maybe there's still soap in the goddamn. I don't know. It just doesn't taste right to me. But anyways, we're back, and we're here. So let's see what else we have. Oh, this coffee just tastes nasty. Anyways, it's better than what they had at the studio, though. I'll tell you that much. What else do we have here to talk about? As I shuffle through paperwork, let's see. As I shuffle, as I look, as I put myself through the paperwork here, it oftentimes comes up that I missed things. I missed things, and as I miss things that people want to hear about, I don't want to discuss the Orlando incident. I don't want to discuss it. It's in the pile here, and I don't want to discuss it. And the reason I don't want to discuss it is because that to me is bad news, and I don't want you to hear bad news. I want you to come to my show and hear something else. That kind of news is really bad news. It's news that's sad. It's news that's tragedy. It happened. I'm sorry it did. I can't do anything about it. So that to me is a different kind of news. CNN has some other news on there. BBC.com has some other news that we can talk about, folks. So that news is out of the pile. Just wanted to mention it to you. It's here on something to mention it to you. A vote could affect economy, national security for 2016. This is UK referendum. Brexit, Brexit, is in the news. Could hurt the economy. It could leave a less stable Europe. Put stress on special relationship between British and the UK and Britain, Europe. I'm trying to read these things off that I've highlighted. In other words, what it's saying is it could ruin the relationship between the European companies and other things. And as you hear that man is speaking, I had that little tidbit in there, but I'm not going to play it for you. I'm just going to talk about it. Playing that little tidbit earlier was fun, but I've decided that maybe I should just speak about it because it's nothing like that. You know, this crowd and all that's getting in. I don't need all that stuff. So it's basically something that's going to hurt the U.S. and its relationship with Europe. Another reason is Trump will go all in on immigration, which I'm trying to stay away from Trump, but immigration, he's got this big immigration thing that I kind of am disagreeing with a little bit on there. Travel to the UK. The good part is travel to the UK would be cheaper. Pound's going to be down for a while. Upcoming UK vacation just got a little bit cheaper. They're talking about going over to the UK, and it also goes into about the law. You know, I'm following this only because it may hurt the U.S.'s relationship with the UK. I'm not trying to follow this law that they have being played because it's something that I'm totally interested in. I just thought it was kind of odd that we would be in jeopardy of our relationship with the United Kingdom, which is they're one of our allies. They're one of our top allies, and in fact, they're part of our ancestry here in America. Maybe you're listening from another country, but Europe is the founding of America, to be honest with you, in the history. It's the House of the Year and all this stuff. I'm not interested in that. Why is it in this paperwork? I thought I would be, but I'm not. Or did you put this in here? You put it in there. Why? Now let's take a look at it. Let's describe this to the people. It's a big glass house. Big thing with a lot of furniture in it. There's some other architectural structures in here. Nothing I'm interested in. Why'd you put it in here? Alright. Alright, you just wanted me to tell them about it. Fine. Alright. Alright. It's all about stuff here. What else do we have in this? Most of the stuff these people are not interested in. Alright? No, I'm not going to go in on houses. They're not interested in houses. If you're going to sit here and help me with the show, then you're not going to give me stuff that these people are not interested in. They're not interested in big glass houses. They're not interested in wonderful well, this wonderful barn-looking house is nice, but maybe it was something I'll put on the website. Let's see about this. The BRICS puts UK in a new economic path. We just discussed some of that. That it's going to better the UK now as well. There's some stories out there. Stock markets tumble. Wall Street and the FTSE 100 both fall sharply in a wild day of trading after the UK votes to leave the European Union. That's another thing. I didn't want to say it out loud, but UK has wanted to leave the UK Union, and they're voting to leave. It's big news, folks. Big news. The European Union is there. It was a conspiracy at one time. I knew it was there. You all know it's there. And now the UK wants to leave. It's very, very controversial. It's very... what words can I put out there, folks, for you about this to make you understand how important this is? It's something that I told people last week. I told people earlier, friends of mine, that we were talking, and they said about these recent events with Orlando and some other recent events that have happened, and the new gun laws and some other things that are happening. And I told them, I said, and I'm going to even quote myself now, there's something else happening that they don't want you to know. Something else happening in the world that's more important than some of this stuff. Now, I'm not saying that stuff isn't important. I'm not saying that tragedy is not important to speak about. It's not important to focus on. And I'll say it again, what happened was wrong. All the stuff that's happened this month has been wrong in the news. But this European Union and the United Kingdom, England, Britain, all of what the United Kingdom is voted to leave. It's big stuff. It's even bigger than dinosaurs coming back to life, folks, for God's sake. It's there. I don't know how long it's going to be there. I don't know what it's going to be there for. I don't know why it's going to be there. I don't know how long we're going to go before we see economic or governmental or parliamental or whatever you want to call it, things happening in our lives because of it. I personally don't think it's going to affect America at all. America stays with their allies. Nothing affects them. We've seen a lot of stuff in Canada happen. It never affected its relationship with the United States. That much in the news. A little itsy-bitsy some stuff has. Like people threatening to leave the United States because of our elected president coming up. But Canada has a right to say, you're nuts. You elect the official. Don't come up here if you don't like them. And I've commented on that before. But Britain, I keep calling them the British area of Europe because that's what I personally call it. Now, I don't know if that's fair to them or not, but it's easier if you think of all of England, I believe some of the other Scotland or Ireland, the British Isles. I'm not sure of all that stuff, but it's all a part of the United Kingdom. One big, almost huge landmass, couple landmasses. And then Europe is next to it with Spain and France and Germany and all the other, the World War countries, as a teacher in high school used to call them, are over there. And that's the way the world is laid out. For years, this European Union has been a conspiracy. And while I was on the break, I was reading up on this, preparing to say some stuff about it like I just did. I was thinking to myself, how am I going to tell my audience the significance of the United Kingdom and America staying allies? And I'm still not sure on how to put it towards you, put it out there to you. And I'm still not sure why the United States and the United Kingdom would have any backlash. I just don't understand it. But in this world of government, this world of politics, this world of heavy flag waving, if you will, things happen. Things happen quick. So that's the other news that that you didn't get in the media. Or if you got it in the media, people didn't want to talk about it like I'm talking about it. In a way, I think it's kind of odd. I think it's kind of silly that the United States would stop a relationship over somebody opting to do something better for themselves. But that's probably the way it is, I guess. What other stuff do we have? Yahoo's reporting some stuff on it as well. Bernie Sanders, I vote for Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton failed to hand over key emails to State Department. That's some political news. What other stuff is out there? Pink snow pretty, but troubling signs of the melting Arctic. Here we go again with the melting Arctic. Right here it is, right under all this other stuff of political stuff, we come up with pink snow. How wonderful. We're going to blame it on. Well, it's coming from Yahoo News. Suzanne Heller as the person that's reporting on it. And pink snow may be essentially pleasing, but scientists have found that it's indicative of rapid pace of global warming. Here we go with global warming. The snow, which thrives in high latitude and high altitude regions, is found in areas comparable to the Arctic, where Chlamydomonas algae, wow, that's a mouthful, it's a form of algae, which is normally green, as a chemical reaction to the UV rays from the sun and takes a reddish pink hue. This algae also happens when not only on snow or other things, but it can happen in water. So the snow is basically frozen water, and that's how the algae does something. And then that's the nutshell of it all, is that it's reacting to the ultraviolet rays of the sun. I got the word sunburn is coming to my head to explain it to you, and that's why it turns pink or reddish color. Now, scientists have been aware of the rose-tinted since 1818, but they initially misunderstood its origins, believing that it came about as a result of iron deposits left behind by a meteor. However, subsequent findings from the same year suggested the kind of algae, not extraterrestrial iron, is to blame for the non-traditional hues. The pink snow, sometimes referred to as blood or watermelon snows in Arctic regions, is harmful despite its quirky facade. The algae anticipates the melting of the Arctic ice, which is already happening at a faster rate than expected due to the part of global warming, and a new study shows. This study has been included in the Nature Communications Journal and published its findings based on 40 samples taken from 16 Arctic glaciers in a region like Greenland, Norway, and Iceland. We all know those countries are known for ice and snow and all that, so that's good. It shows that the red algae darkens the snow, causing it to melt faster and because it absorbs more light and heat. Alright. White surfaces, like pure snow, have a high albedo and can therefore maintain a cooler temperature. Lower albedo is responsible for accelerating and melting ice caps, and is discomfort you feel when you wear black on a summer day. Well, that's the discomfort that I feel all the time then, because I like wearing my black clothes. Everybody knows that. At the present time, scientists are unsure of what kind of long-term ramifications this albedo effect will have on the glacier melting. In the meantime, scientists are wrestling with the concerns will constitute a positive feedback loop, a detrimental cycle in which, hypothetically speaking, algae blooms. Snow thaws and the melted Alps provide the algae with more fodder to bloom. So what they're saying is that this melting ice cap, the pink snow, is an awful sign, global warming, and a sign that the ice caps and the snow is melting in those regions. And it is bad. I did some research on this before I started talking about it with you today. And it is bad. This melting is an absolute bad thing. It's terrible. But there's other factors of it besides UV rays from the sun. Pollution, man-made ways of doing stuff, our ozone layer, our atmosphere. A lot of things contribute to it, just not global warming. They claim global warming is all those other things, but it may not be. It's not a 100% science here, but it's not good that these things are melting. We need to be aware of it. We need to be aware of our own planet. We need to take care of our planet. That's the point in telling you this stuff. Here's another one. Former Texas cop who wrestled a teen girl to the ground won't be charged. The Texas grand jury declined to indict the officer who was caught on video forcing a 15-year-old girl to the ground. Now, we do know the 15-year-old girl is a African American. We know that the police officer was white. And we know that some other things had happened, and because of this, it's a racial type thing. But, you know, why should somebody hurt somebody in that manner? I don't care about the race. I don't care about the nationality of the two people. Why should a police officer treat somebody in that manner? That's it. That's all I'm saying on this. Is why does a police officer or anyone have to treat a child, a 15-year-old girl, a child? Anybody under 18 is considered to be a child. So, why do you have to treat a child like that? I don't know. What Trump's money troubles really tell us, we've expanded that from last week. We talked about that. How he does have money troubles. Things are not good all the way around. But I'm still standing by him as much as I can. I'm starting to doubt, but we're not going to get political this week, right? Anyways. 100 homes destroyed by fast-moving California wildfire. We're seeing a fast-moving Central California wildfire has more than doubled in size and has killed 2 people. It destroyed hundreds of structures. The article is by Alex Dabelusky in Los Angeles. Devastating wildfire rages in Southern California. The latest firefighters struggle to control wildfires. The wildfires have the so-called Erskine fire broke out on Thursday afternoon in the foothills, considered 40 miles of Bakersfield, and 3 firefighters were hospitalized. News stories report. Kent County Fire Department have reported that 2 people have died. The Kern Fire Department Fire Chief Mike Nichols said in an interview that everything is just working into a perfect storm. High temperatures of 90 degrees, bone dry vegetation, and from a 5-year California drought have been making it worse. A contingent of 600 firefighters battling the blaze, with hundreds more en route. And it goes on to say about the San Gabriel Complex fire in the foothills of Los Angeles is also part of the blame. The fire did not appear to threaten the Sequoia National Forest to the north. That's pretty good. We see some pictures here, burning woods and bushes and huge flames all around, some people standing out there trying to fight it. The California wildfires are devastating. I hope everything is all right for everybody out there. And great work to our firefighters out there who are trying their best to control this. I know that job is hard. I know that the job is rewarding as well. So let's just hope everything's all right. Let's hope nothing more happens. I don't know what much to say about that either. I see the time is dwindling down as well here. I guess I got to play another advertisement or something here, I guess. We're trying to get the show down to 1 hour and 20 minutes because of our time frame for this month only. Next month I'm going back to the 2-hour schedule that we initially planned. But because of this month and last month, late last month and into this month, we've been doing an hour and 20 minutes because we were told that that's what we're supposed to do. We were told that that's what they want us to do here. So we're doing it. I'm knocking it down to about 1 hour and 10 minutes. Really I am. I'm trying my best to get to what I need to do and how I need to do it, and the advertisements and everything I need to do. So what we're going to do is take a quick break and we'll be right back then.
Hi, author and space scientist Stephanie Osborne here. Please join me for my new show. The Osborne Cosmic Weather Report is a 5-minute weekly segment that informs listeners about solar and space weather activity, such as sunspots, flares, auroras, comets, meteor showers, as well as space news, historical space anniversaries, and more. For specific air times, check the schedule on your favorite radio station.
Hello, my name is Renee, and I'm the owner of Angelic Comfort. I'm a psychic medium, intuitive empath, Reiki master, ordained minister, spiritual counselor, and a spiritual guide. Angelic Comfort offers angel readings, spiritual counseling and guidance sessions, spirit communication, energy work workshops, and even private gallery events. We have an on-site shop that, once purchased, each item is individually infused with Reiki energy to help you with any energy work that you may need. Also, we have many posts and blogs on the site that help you to become enlightened a little bit more, or even to help you in a time of need. So please stop by Angelic Comfort today at www.angelic-comfort.com.
Yeah, and we're back. We're going into some other political demanding stuff here this week. And like I said, we're nailing the show down. So let's just hope those fires end. Let's hope the United States does not get into trouble with the United Kingdom. All that more. The dinosaur thing, I've been on all week because of the political stuff. And I'm still supporting them, but some things Donald Trump has done lately has been unexcusable. I will mention it since we're going off now. But I think some of the stuff that they've done is inexcusable. I think it's just absolutely daunting, absolutely crazy, absolutely dumb of what these political parties are doing. I think dinosaurs And other things are much better to discuss than the political stuff that's happening. If you're not from the United States, I apologize for the way we are. But that's the way it is sometimes. I really doubt that a lot of times that we have these things go on, I doubt that a lot of troubles and incubational, whatever arguments we have here. But, I don't know. Anyways, I'll see you guys next week. Next week is going into the 4th of July, I believe. So let's be good with the fireworks. If you're shooting off fireworks or whatever, be safe this week. Be safe with the stuff you're doing. Don't get anything really big out there either. I don't want to hear pops and bangs and bang booms all day in my neighborhood, and I don't want to come up on the show reporting some stupid crap I'm going to hear on the news this year either. But anyways, it is the 4th of July. It's coming up. It's going to be barbecuing, and hopefully I can be invited to a barbecue or something, maybe. Who knows? Well, I'll see you next week, folks. Have a great week.